We are, of course, coming to you live from the lakeside city of Kisumu. Here, I don't know if you can be able to see from the background here. This is the registration process for the conference that is kick-starting or rather getting underway today. It's a 3 days conference being held in Kisumu for the consulting engineers under the umbrella Association of Consulting Engineers of Kenya. And like you can see from behind here, the various guests continue to arrive here for the registration, and thereafter this is the point for registrations. When moving from here, they go straight into the conference hall here. And Doreen, without taking much time, I'm just going to engage the leadership of the ACEK. ACEK is the abbreviation for the Association of Consulting Engineers of Kenya. I'm going to engage the leadership to tell us what exactly do we expect from this conference. Who are those that we expect to grace this occasion? We understand that the county governor, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, will be part of this conference. And just on that point, Doreen, I'm going to engage the ACEK Chair, Engineer Patrick Wambulwa, to share with us just a few insights into this conference. Wambulwa, good morning, and thank you for making time for us. We are live on KBC on our Good Morning show. And just quickly, can you share with us what do we expect from this conference and why is it being held in Kisumu?
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. This conference is about infrastructure development. We have entitled it Rethinking and Reshaping Infrastructure Development Priorities in Africa. We chose infrastructure because it is critical to the socio-economic development of our country and the regions like the Lake Basin Development Region and indeed the entire East African continent. The discussions will be focusing on what are the gaps in meeting the infrastructure development needs of the country. We have participants from county governments, state corporations, government ministries, contractors, consultants. The people attending are not only engineers, but all people that participate in matters of infrastructure development. Out of this conference, we expect resolutions that will go into the programs that the government will run on to help infrastructure development in the country. Thank you.
How many people do you expect from to attend this conference? What's the size of the delegation?
Roughly, we are expecting around 500 people. Maybe 300 people will be here physically and 200 will be joining us virtually. We will also have presentations from outside the country. We expect a presentation from Australia and South Africa. We have participants from South Sudan, and our neighboring countries, Tanzania and Uganda, will be joining us virtually. Yeah, thank you.
What do we expect as the guest of honor for the conference?
The guest of honor is going to be Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, the governor of Kisumu. Coming into Kisumu, we wanted to be closer to the county governments, and the closing of the conference will also be done by a governor, the governor of Kakamega. Thank you. Yeah.
Probably just the last question for you. Yes. What are some of the emerging issues in so far infrastructure is concerned? What are some of the existing gaps that probably you'll be looking to seek solutions to?
The biggest challenge in infrastructure development is the issue of financing. Many times there is not enough budget to meet the financial needs, but also there is the struggle of priority. Which project do we do first and which one is more important than the other? So these are the questions that will be put on the floor for discussion. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Doreen, let me just get the Secretary General for ACEK, Engineer Jen. Jen, if you can just stand here and talk to us about some of the issues, the specific issues that we expect to discuss during the 3 days conference here in Kisumu. What are the specific tenets of this conference?
Thank you very much. As we said, this is first of all our first ACEK conference. We hope to have an annual conference every year. What you're going to discuss today is everything infrastructure. Infrastructure is actually the enabler of the socio-economic developments everywhere. So we are going to be discussing water and sanitation. We are going to be discussing energy. We are going to be discussing environmental, because development should not impact negatively on our environment. We are going to be discussing matters engineering and education. We are going to be discussing, we are consulting engineers, so we'll also be discussing issues concerning the engineering as a profession or as a business. Right. Those are some of the issues we'll be having.
The whole spectrum of infrastructure is quite wide, and looking at Kisumu, that is hosting this year's conference, you find that Kisumu is big in rice production, and that means irrigation is one of the issues to be concerned. I don't know if irrigation will feature prominently in the course of your deliberations here.
Yes, it will. We have a session that is water sanitation and irrigation. We shall be discussing that, but more importantly, next year we have the same conference. We'll be holding it in Eldoret, and that will be on engineering food security. So on that, next year we'll delve into the irrigation and food security in depth. So that will be dealt with next year. But today, yes, we are discussing that in one of the sessions.
Yeah. What is the specific, which theme is, sub-theme rather, is informing your conference today? What will be the major topic?
We don't have a major topic. All the topics we are going to discuss are major. As I said, we have about 8 sessions, and each of those 8 sessions is actually being discussed because each of the sessions has something to do with the infrastructure. So we have the water in itself, but we have the infrastructure now for the water. We have energy. Energy is a net product, but what is the infrastructure for that? So every topic you are discussing is actually a sub-theme by itself. Yep.
Thank you so much, Engineer Jen. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much. I'll get to engage you later on here. Well, Doreen, that has been the leadership of ACEK. ACEK, like I told you, that is the Association of Consulting Engineers of Kenya, that are holding a 3-day conference starting today that will run all through to Friday. And just a number of issues will be expected to be discussed in the course of this conference. Like we've heard them mention that the entire the whole spectrum of infrastructure is quite wide, and quite a number of sub-themes will be covered during that process, and also the existing gaps in the infrastructure development spectrum, and they will be looking to seek solutions to those gaps. Well, we'll be here for the 3 days and noting every remark that will be made here, and we'll also cover the subsections that will be discussed in the process here, and we'll compile a very comprehensive story in our subsequent bulletins. Of course, we'll be getting live updates, periodical updates in the course of this conference, and our viewers should be expecting that.